The new 2062 Flex Draper Header from Case IH is designed to provide AFX Series combine owners with outstanding performance in hard-to-feed crops such as peas and soybeans. Available in 30-foot and 36-foot sizes, the 2062 Flex Draper Header's flexible frame and cutter bar are designed to follow the ground contour for efficient feeding. The 36-foot header size matched to the Case IH AFX Series combine provides 20% more productivity in most field conditions and excellent grain handling even at lower speeds. A variety of options available for both models also allow operators to custom tailor the 2062 to personal taste. The durable draper belt design feeds consistently even when the crop is damp, unlike conventional headers that feed in bunches in adverse conditions or allow damp crop to wrap around the auger. Case IH Flex Draper Header technology has been demonstrated to offer productivity advantages of up to 20% over conventional auger-type heads due to their smooth head-first crop feeding. And in high moisture and other difficult harvest conditions, the productivity gains are often even higher. To ensure excellent cutting in the widest variety of ground conditions, the 2062 Flex Header features a head that is suspended separately from the feeder. A spring suspension system allows the header to float 4.8 degrees laterally and 7.5 inches vertically. The 4.8 degree float equates to about 1 foot in the 30-foot header and slightly more on the 36-foot models. This float allows the header to move evenly over the ground contour without plowing. At the heart of the 2062 Flex Header is a center feed adapter, which consists of the feed deck, the draper belt, a spring suspension unit which suspends it from the base head, the hydraulic reservoir, and the header drives. The 3-section base head pivots, giving the 2062 its flex wing design. The 36-foot header sections measure 12 feet on the left, 10 feet at the center, and 14 feet on the right. The shorter 12-foot section on the left side of the header accommodates the use of the unloading auger for convenient on-the-go loading of tractor-pulled grain carts. On the 30-foot model, all 3 sections of the header are 10 feet wide. Extensive field testing determined that by using 2 tine reels, a consistent relationship of approximately 1 inch is maintained between the reel tines and the cutter bar, regardless of the terrain or crop height. This provides a consistent feed to the draper belt, even when conditions change. Flex wing indicators on the header show the operator at all times the relative position of the wings as the header moves over the terrain. Cutter bar flex is 1.6 degrees up and 1.8 degrees down. The built-in float optimizer on the Case IH 2062 keeps the feeder frame and the floating head in the ideal relationship to one another for proper feeding. This is accomplished by a potentiometer that constantly monitors the frame and floating head and makes automatic header height adjustments as they are needed. The optimizer gauge allows operators to view the position of the center draper and frame in relationship to the main head frame. Before operating the combine and 2062 Flex Header, the operator must select Draper Header on the monitor and set it so that it can be toggled between Reel Fore and Aft and Header Angle Tilt remote control. Simple adjustment levers place the 2062 Flex Wing Header in Flex mode for typical use or in Lock mode for direct off-the-ground cutting. A built-in stone protection system prevents rocks from entering the combine feeder. If a rock gets past the cutter bar onto any position along the draper belt, the rock is moved to the center section, where it is isolated from the combine feeder. Mounting the Case IH 2062 Flex Draper Header to the AFX combine is fast and easy. On the right side, the pump drive mounts on the drive shaft with a spring clip. The left side features 1 lever activation for the lower latch links, 1-point electrical hookup, and a single latch system to securely connect the hydraulics. The drive shaft too has been designed for quick attachment with no tools required. The Case IH 2062 Flex Draper Header can be custom tailored to fit operators' specific in-field needs and for added convenience. 2062 header options include an integrated slow-speed transport system, an upper auger for high-volume crops, a toolbox, spare knife storage kit, bean saver kit, gauge wheels for direct cutting off the ground, floating crop dividers for long, tough crops, and a crop lifter rack. Remote guard angle adjustment allows the operator to fine-tune the head and guard angle to respond to changing conditions. If the header begins pushing leaves, for example, as the moisture rises in early evening, the head can be rolled back to ride over them. In rocky conditions, moving the head rearward and flattening the guard angle will permit the head to ride over rocks. The total adjustment range for the guard angle adjuster is from 3.5 to 9 degrees. The Case IH 2062 Flex Draper Header offers high-volume operators excellent performance and productivity in moisture-sensitive or hard-to-harvest crops, such as peas and soybeans. In addition, its versatile design with both float and lock modes makes it ideal for both conventional and direct off-the-ground cutting. Best of all, it's the perfect complement to the higher-capacity Case IH AFX Combine, providing increased feeding for more productive workdays. The 2062 Flex Draper Header from Case IH. It's simply a cut above.